we going?
What up?
Hello, guys. It's been a while. And I'm still as what you see is what you get as ever.
Me too.
All right, let me see who I got in there. I got a 5x5 before I go back. Anybody?
Fish sticks.
I see y'all all in here.
Coffee.
I see. Thank you, Dusty. Okay, let me go to the top up here. Let me see who I got. I saw you guys in here while we were chit-chatting. Hey, Coffee, Nancy, Saffron, Fish Sticks, what's up? Hey, Gypsy, Miss Sharon, all is well. Miss Sharon's in here. Y'all listen to her do the YouTube stuff? I don't know anything about this stuff she does. Does I hated Dusty? If not, hey, Dusty. Huckleberry's in here somewhere, I think. He's out on the tractor. Thanks for the 5x5s. Hey, Thistle Moon, Thriving Sprout from Wisconsin. Good to see you all. If I miss anyone, I'm sorry. If you have anything for me or Josh, throw it in caps like you're just screaming at us because we'll miss it. I'll get squirrel. If I miss it, put it back down there. Hey, Maverick, Woman of Spirit, all of you, Sandra R. Good to see all you guys. This is Josh's fault way up here because
what?
Just being up on me. No, we haven't been up here in a long time.
I don't do lives. Thank you very much.
He's up here now, guys.
What up, fam? It's good to see y'all. Seriously.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about anything, and we're gonna ask y'all a bunch of questions. There's gonna be a test at the end, so pay attention, guys. Not you. You should have the answers.
I'm not good at tests. All right.
Hey, Billy. Yeah. How are you? Yes, so like everything. See, Josh and I, we don't even say like, how you doing? Nothing. We're just like, da-da-da-da-da. Did you hear this or see this? We're just talking about everything that's going on. And it's nonstop. But with that said, we were just talking everything that's nonstop going on and heating up and all over. Hey, Lorf. I was saying, we were just supposed to say, I do not get anxious, wringing my hands, nervous, worried, upset about this stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't. That's not where my triggers are for stuff like that, because I just feel like what is going to come to pass has to come to pass to bring in what's going to happen. And that's because I have my faith. And I mean, the good book's coming out 3D right in front of us. What are you laughing about?
The comments. The comments. Missed you guys. Legit. I missed you guys.
All our regulars.
Yeah.
Anyone new? Welcome.
Yes. Man. Casey, there's so much going on. Fam, there's so much going on right now. I don't even know where to start. Do we jump in with the pyramids? Hey, y'all better tap in because
Josh jumped from aliens, UFOs to pyramids. That's where he's at.
For real. Look, the pyramids with the structures underneath of them, a piece of Antarctica falling off, and now there's this ecosystem. Los Angeles. Casey.
City of the demons over there.
We're going to talk about that one. Yeah, y'all need to tap in. The playbook, I've been talking about the playbook all week long. Casey, I believe that there is a playbook that they know, but we don't. Greenland.
No, I mean, that's what I think. Some people will say, well, how are they doing this so fast? Or how's this coming up? Or this worker plan? I'm like, look, they're not at the fly going off the cuff of this. I said, they're turning pages. Check, turning pages, what they're doing. It's a script, guys. It's a script. And as time goes on, modern eras and stuff, they just modernize it. Is that the word? They tweak it. It gets more technical. That's why things that we didn't see before happening in past, wars and recessions and all that, it doesn't look like it does now.
Yeah. Why do we need Greenland? There's a reason. I'm telling you, there is a reason that we need Greenland. There is. We don't know.
I don't know. And my thing is, so much of the little check marks of like, I'm taking ownership of this, I'm taking this, I'm renaming this, I'm doing this. Everybody can have their opinion about it. Really, whatever is. I remember, because, and I'm going to have the spider web, guys, follow me wrong, get your string, because I think it's about a global thing. I think it is about a one world thing. I think everything's going to fall in one bit by bit. It's going to fall underneath that one control, that one power. Which leads me to the whole thing about Trump wanting to join the Commonwealth, saying he was okay with that, joining the Commonwealth underneath the king and everything like that. I mean, that if you look back, like scripture and everything, that falls in order how there's going to be that one rule. It's going to, the whole playbook of how it's going to be. There's going to be one world government, one leader, one currency, one religion, all that. I just feel like that's those moves that they're doing that don't seem so obvious and stuff. It's that confusion. Like, well, what does he want this for? What does he want the Panama Canal for? What does he want Greenland for? Why does he, and I'm not just saying him. He's just a pawn in that seat to do. He's playing his part like all the other ones have played their part. To me, that's what I think it's about. And of course, there's always underneath the things they're doing, there is always kind of smoke and mirrors, and there's distractions, and then they throw so much out that people are overwhelmed that they just can't be rational about things.
Yes. I said this in one of my older videos. Politics will protect politics. Seriously, and that's just the way it goes.
Doesn't matter which side of the fence you think they're sitting on.
You know who's the most prepared country in Europe to go to war with Russia right now? Poland. And I'm gonna tell you, 2 years ago, there was this big push. It was 2 years ago. There was this big push out of nowhere to weaponize Poland, to get Poland trained, to get them super ready to go on the front line with this conflict, to get them ready. And this is exactly why. I'm telling you, there's a playbook.
Yeah, and it's all in the little minor details that don't feel like they make sense to us. I'm telling you right now, those are just the window dressings to the whole house of what they're doing. They're every little tweak of everything that they're doing. Yes, there's distractions. Yes, there's all the time. Yes, there's false flags. Yes, there's black swans. There's all these different things. Yes, but it's still all part of playing to the bigger picture of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Lord, that's for you. Lord, that's for Josh.
No, it's not. No, we've talked about this a lot.
Well, the other day when we talked on the phone, I said the timing that all of a sudden this is coming up, and they're doing the stuff with the pyramids, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere, and different things you're seeing is for a reason. That is not random. That timing has come, and I have different opinions about it. Not as many as Josh does in the details because he don't sleep about pyramids. I'm telling you. No, but for real, I mean, there are different things. I'm like, is it different level of a technology thing? Is it there's all this, everything always has to go in a spiritual realm to me because this is a spiritual warfare all around us all the time. Yeah. Does it have something to do with that? I don't know. Is it something weaponized that they are bringing something through? I don't know.
I can't believe
y'all tell us down in the chat. If I missed it, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I can't believe that we've never scanned beneath the pyramids and found this stuff. That I don't believe that one for 1 minute. But I'm gonna tell you, Laura, what's an even bigger question for me. We're learning all of this stuff, I guess, as we're kind of sort of facing a collapse and a changing of, But Laura, what was it for? What was it if it is a power producing thing? What's it for? It wasn't to use less petroleum, less oil for cars. It wasn't to heat your homes. It wasn't to it wasn't for any of the things that we would use it for now.
Yeah, but if they take everything down that we use, the grid as we know it, they take down, but their source can come from something like that.
Yeah. You know what I think?
I don't know. What's that?
I think it was because obviously they were on a different level of understanding or technology or whatever. Right. But I think it was to manipulate frequencies. That's what I think.
Yeah. And look how much they're using frequencies to do all kinds of stuff right now.
Yes.
Okay, because that is a type of bioweapon type stuff. I mean, that
Yeah.
is a bioweapon. That is a type of. They do all these frequencies. They're doing it for the storm stuff. We're seeing all that. They're doing it how it makes frequencies can make people super sick or better. There's different types of. Everything has a frequency. That's why we're grounding and we're doing different things. Everything has a frequency.
Look at coffee. Look at coffee. Coffee. You're not supposed to be talking like that, coffee.
Let me see.
You're not supposed to look. She is not supposed to be going that deep.
Some out there's where super like they collapse. I absolutely agree, coffee. You have taken the internet today. I believe that.
Mars?
If you look at all the things and we're like, why can't we build things like that back like today, like they did then? Where's the technology they had then, and we can't create and do those things now?
Casey,
they were way more advanced about stuff, I think.
We took the wrong path, Casey. Look, I'm gonna tell you, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong in the chat for real. We took the wrong path. We I don't know. I don't know if it was the fruit. I don't know what. I don't know if it's money. We took the wrong path. We took the 9 to 5 low vibrational physical path.
Well, they created workers they created that enslavement. They didn't create us to be. There was no intent for when they started getting to that point that we were the freedom for us, any of us.
I gotta write that down. I don't know if y'all caught that, but I gotta write that down because that changes a lot. Yeah. Instead of teaching each and every one of us how truly powerful we are with a piece of God within us, our spirit,
right,
and how one person can change the entire planet,
right?
They turned us all into workers.
Absolutely. That's why they also started calcifying everybody's pineal gland because he don't want to hear that one. Yeah, he ain't ready for that one.
No, I'm
but
ready.
Seriously, that it shows in there all the time. It shows about the frequency, about if the pineal gland, that was the spiritual connection that was there for a reason. And then they started calcifying that up with fluoride in the water.
That's true.
And it silenced that. I'm telling you, okay, you know how when people talk back into Bible times and all these things, and God communicated, they claim, communicated loud and clear differently than they do now. And they'd be like, well, that was back. Well, God didn't lose his power and his abilities. There's all this noise, there's all this you can't, and they've done all these things. So that isn't that opening, that spiritual connection has all these roadblocks, bumps, and everything in between.
Yes. And look,
wake that up.
I'm almost ticked off that they gave us Bluetooth, and now devices can connect. We're like, oh, look, we can turn on the lights with our cell phone.
Not me. That's devil stuff.
I hear you. Yeah. Look, there's so much. The good book says in the end times, information will be increased. Look, we got the internet. Anything you want to know, you can just okay, look, I got one for you. Can I tell you what I found out today?
Yeah.
And this is political. On my channel.
I don't care about
my channel. Look, I got one for you because I was curious, fam. I was curious. Press secretary.
Yeah.
Hey, she does not take no crap. Like, she is solid.
Right.
Why is her husband 59 years old and she's 27?
Well, you know how some of that rolls over there in that political game.
I'm not saying anything, but in the end times, information will be increased. Anything you want to know, you can find out, fam.
Right.
Yeah. Anything. That's the good book never lies.
Well, that's one thing is I don't think any of us should be surprised about things. Yeah. Like some of us, like, are you kidding me? But at the end of it all, it is the details that we see here because the good book told us this is the overview, what's going to come, what's going to happen, and we should know. We shouldn't be surprised by anything that's come. It is plain out. And I've always said this beginning, people don't agree with it on and on. I'm like, always keep your eyes on Israel. I don't care how you feel about Israel. Keep your eyes on Israel because it says when you see these things happen with them, eyes on the sky and listen for the trumpets because it's about to go. And that's why I try to tell people. And then they think I don't care what you politically think about Israel. Israel is biblical. Don't even get on. Don't with the whole. Don't. It's in the good book. Man can tear it up all they want, and the argument's not with me.
Yeah.
The argument's with God's word, and that's not for me to get into.
Yeah.
And I think a lot's going to happen. We've talked about, because we were like, well, Casey, what's your time frame? Josh always asks, what's your time frame? What are you thinking? What do you think? What time frame? What are you thinking? I have felt for a long time. We know that they have set goals and times that if y'all hear all this, I got some chicks right there. I don't know if they're loud to y'all, but they're getting all worked up. They have this goal set for themselves. It's the 2030. We've known about that. All that stuff's going on.
Don't do it, Casey. Don't do it.
Do what?
Just say too much, fam. Y'all know.
All right. Y'all know how it's going to be what it's going to be. If I'm gone, I'll see you in 2 weeks. But the thing is, and I don't think they were giving strikes anymore. They may knock at my door, but they're not giving strikes. It's serious. I've just had that feeling. I said, there's something going to be in that halfway mark. 2027, I think there's going to be a big shift because it's not going to be cruising like it is right now. And yes, we see all these changes, but not major for what their goal set is for 2030. It can't be a light switch change into 2030 to have their goals. I think it's going to be something. There's going to be a big shift in 2027 to me. That's what I think.
Man, look, there's so much going on, fam. Look, I'm telling you, it's not overwhelming. I'm not fearful. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Listen, we are on the winning team. We cannot lose. Even when we pass, we still don't lose. We cannot lose. I need for you guys to truly understand that. But I think we're about to go to war with Iran.
100%. And look, Josh and I've talked about this for a while, back and forth. Okay, so we know that there's he always gets me started. Put it down, Yardbirds. I don't care. I'll get myself started. Okay, so we know the thing with Iran, and we know that T-Man, and he's done this whole smoothing things over. Things are working out with the bear. UKR. We know how all that's going, and they're on good terms on all the stuff. If we go after and we go do what the plan to talk, the chatter is about us going after Iran. Russia and China are not going to allow that to happen. So where do we fall in? Where do we fall, and where does Israel fall in if we're going after Iran? I want to know y'all's opinion about that because that's something Josh and I were talking about. I'm like, what tables turn if that happens? And from what I see, it's going to happen.
Tap in, fam.
And I don't know. I see all you guys in there.
TT1.
I appreciate you. Hey, TT1.
We're already in it.
And T-Paul, I am praying for you. I'm gonna get up with you later. I'm praying for you.
Me too.
I agree, Florida man. So this right here, I agree. And so, because and then there's the whole Greater Israel Project thing that people talk about as well.
Okay.
Is I don't all those other entities, all the ones that we're talking about, everything, their goal is to take out Israel. That is their.
Oh, it can't be. Wait, y'all are blowing my mind. Wait. Hold on. Wait, so the goal is to take out Israel?
I'm not saying so much from us, but yeah, I think that. I mean, all the other ones they say that.
Okay. All right. Watch Turkey. Yep, I got you.
Yes, woman. So exactly.
You're talking from Middle East, that sect to take out.
Yeah, and I think that's why they don't.
Gotcha.
They're going to try to equip Iran because they're going to have in the Bible how it says it's going to be surrounded. Israel's going to be surrounded, right? And I just think that all these moves are still always pointed at. I've always said that. No matter what, it's that's way over there. That's not their war. That's not what we're talking about. Keep your eyes on Israel because it all ends up pointing back down the tube to them.
Yeah.
And, people have their thing and they get caught up on Israel government. I'm talking about biblical. I'm talking about something very different. But
I think we go hit Iran. And look, again, politics protects politics. So I heard something earlier today that made so much sense. Look how the groundwork has been laid out. Hamas is almost decimated. They had to have been taken out before we can get into Iran. Hezbollah is on its heels. They had to be taken out before we can get to Iran. So it's like previous administrations, the plan has still been moving forward to exactly what they want. We need to clear the field so we can get into Iran, take them out. I think when that fires up, Europe, we have spaced ourselves from Europe. I think Europe's really going to take Ukraine's place and start to move in.
What did you see over there? And Europe told all their citizens, they told them to buy food and supplies and to prepare for the worst disaster.
Yes.
This is Yardbirds. And see, Iran, I think they have something nuclear.
Me too.
I think they already have that. Not we're working on it or anything like that.
Hey,
yeah, that's Yardbirds. You and Josh on the same page. Yeah, I agree, because I was like, I didn't know if the previous administration had provided them with so much stuff, but the thing is, we talked about this, and I just said it is Russia and China are not going to let them be taken out. Now, for whatever the other goal is for that, whether it's really Iran or if it's something further down, that's just their middle one that they're using. I don't know.
Facts, Nancy.
Yeah, Coffee, Europe. They told all their civilians to stock up on food and supplies and prepare for worse disasters.
Man, the globe is on a war footing. I think now they're worried about Japan. If China takes Taiwan, now they're worried about Japan. Seriously, we're just chilling. We're like, well, let's just see what happens. We're just chilling. Yeah.
I get it.
Meanwhile, there's two destroyers, right? Seriously, you got to talk about
over
it.
There
on both sides of Mexico with 12,000.
So what is that about? Like, I don't know. Like, to me, that is not about illegals crossing over. That is not what that is. I said what I said. I don't. That's not what that is.
I'm waiting for them to tap in. Go ahead, Casey.
Yeah, I don't. To me, that isn't about. That's not about illegals crossing over the border. They know something could be coming up from that area that is way bigger than that.
It's the playbook.
I told you, yes. I mean, people, they don't send that amount of manpower. And I know I got military people in here somewhere. Where are they at? But, I just don't believe they send. And they don't tell them down who are the bodies doing the work. They don't tell them. They just say, this is what you're going. This is your duty station. You're called up. You just go. You follow orders, you go. But that doesn't, hey, Rip, drive safe. Oh, you're not driving now. I agree. We're getting ready to plan our in Panama too. Yes, Yardbirds. I mean, it's just everywhere. I just think that is that when I said that government, that one world takeover, all these little details that we're talking about, and then the Commonwealth chatter that's going on about joining the king, like all that type of stuff. Something. I just feel like it's part of the bigger game plan of more than what we realize. And, people, it's this candidate and it's left and it's right. And all. Look, y'all going to have to, please, you can get mad at me I don't care. CaseyLittle@gmail. Go ahead. Email me. It is not about this side or that side. Like, get over yourself with that. It's not. Every single one of them had to play their part to do the last one. I want you to destroy everything. I want you to break it down. I want you to cripple it. I want everyone's, hardship, struggling, more division, all that type of stuff. I want the next one to come in. Now your job is, because all this has happened, now your job is to do all this. I mean, it's the same thing. Jesus could not have gotten to the cross without Judas, right? All of them have to be, God still used him to play his part, even though he did evil with it.
Yeah.
All of these parts have to be played but a little pond that is set in there, I think that God is still using them because that is what's going to bring in the end times. That's my opinion.
Man.
So don't get hung up on the earthly left, right side of things.
Hey, Casey, can we complain? Can we complain about prices? Can we complain about that a little bit? Can we complain about that a little bit? I mean, I just feel like I want to vent about.
Go ahead.
Where do we start? My cell phone provider told me that they were going to go up on my cell phone bill $15, and it was just there was no explanation. They just needed to do it.
Who's in house insurance and all that stuff went out January 1st? Yeah, I know. Everything's going up. The internet stuff, everything.
Everything.
Let's not just talk about the grocery store stuff. Now, let me go ahead and tap on this. When we talked about how gas, remember I told you, I was like, it went from like $2.88 to like $3.05 overnight. And then Josh better come back. What are you going out for?
I went out?
Yeah. You must have said something. It's not me.
I didn't say nothing.
But you remember when we were talking about stuff with Iran, you and I was like, man, gas is going to be $5 a gallon this summer.
That's going to break me. That's going to be the breaking point.
A lot of people. And then when that happens, the price of goods go up because the gas is up for them to bring in I mean, it's all the domino effect.
Yeah. Yeah. Let them mine the Strait of Hormuz, messing around with Iran and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, look, $104 at Kroger's. I had 3 bags. Look, I had a half a gallon of milk, not a whole gallon, a half a gallon of milk. The cereal, I didn't have a big box of cereal. I had a smaller box of cereal. I didn't even get meat. The chicken, fam, I even went, and look, I'm going to tell you how bad I am. I've been eating chicken breast, like I cut it in half, I'll marinate it in the fridge overnight, and they had chicken. I guess it was like the older stock that had been there for like cheaper.
Right. This manager special.
Man, and so I went and I grabbed that. I'm like, yeah, this is a deal. I got it. And I go around the grocery store, get a couple more small things, and I'm looking at the chicken and it's like turning colors almost. So I'm like,
oh my.
So I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna get this. So I go back and I put it back. And then I see the price of the fresh chicken. And I'm like, well, no, wait, maybe
you're like, I've traveled and been okay.
Seriously. It's ridiculous, y'all. This doesn't make sense. Car insurance doubled. Yeah, mortgage taxes, $250. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Ours went up like 100. Was it 150, 100 a month or something like that? Yeah.
It's crazy.
You will own nothing and be happy. Y'all hear me? They said it.
In full effect. Seriously. Yeah. Yes. Hey, fam, I appreciate you. TT1, it's been a minute. Laura, man, I missed all y'all. Seriously. Yardbirds, you know what it is. All y'all, man. It's good to see all of y'all, for real. It's going to take all of us to figure out where we're headed. Nancy, Sandy, it's going to take all of y'all so we can figure out where we're headed. We can just come up with ideas, but the more ideas we have together, the more things we can be prepared for. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, and I think that, we all like different, stressors, different worries, different struggles, different things. I'm like, I think it's that point. If there's so many more of us than there are of them that are doing this. What is going to come to pass, going to come to pass. But the thing is whether we're getting knowledge from each other or you have somebody local in your little community, your little tribe, your little whatever you can do things through the mail. This is why. And I'm like, that's why I get like, so don't get me started on my pet peeve about the pettiness of people in this world is like, it is going to take us helping, loving, caring, nurturing each other to get through these things. Everyone has strengths. Everyone has weaknesses, know, and I think that, we talk about, and I get tired of talking about prepping. I'm like, and I don't like that label because I'm like, this should be a lifestyle.
Yeah.
That was survival. That was the way of life before and everything else. And it doesn't feel as heavy. It doesn't feel like so stressful. It's just the way of life. It's not like if I do this or doom and gloom. No, it just needs to be
Yeah.
change it. And everybody's abilities is different because of where you're at. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Casey, I did that video. I don't know, one day this week or whatever, and I got a little emotional on the video about the one person. You know what I'm saying? And the comments. I got to get back to the comments, y'all. I will answer each and every comment. Just give me a little bit of time. But they were good. I read them, but they were good. And one was like Catholic charities. Yes, yes, Catholic charities and other assistances that people can use. And I'm physical therapy, so I'm just the exercise guy. So when I show up, I'm asking them about, are you getting this? Are you getting this? Have you,
Right.
The problem is, and a lot of the comments were like, I'm praying for that person. I'm hoping for the best. This person, this.
Right.
But I'm not going to lie to you, Casey. Us who have internet, us who the bills are paid, us who can still like get around and we're mobile and we're able. It's different because there's a tier of people that are older that are not mobile, and they don't have the ability to go out and get another job or to find income.
Right.
And it's getting bad for them. So
that bad for a lot. But see, again, that is still part of their game plan. That is still part of, they'll lose stuff, and then it's like, well, you can go into these 15-minute cities. Everything's provided for you. And I think there's going to be, it's going to have things where there's these fall offs in waves of things, the way they do things.
Yeah.
And then, because it's not going to be a mass all at one time, I think it's going to be that breakdown in layers that they'll get people to where they want. We know what they want to bring numbers down in this world anyways. There's going to be different things. We know that they want the control, and we're all in this one, 70-story, 15-minute city complex, living in little cells is what it is. Yeah. And I still think that is part of that, because they know people so that everything is going up. People who are on fixed income, they're on Social Security, they're on disability, whatever their situation is, do not judge. You're not in that is their life. Stay in your lane.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm about that stuff. But I'm like, that isn't matching the cost of everything that's gone up.
No, it's not.
And they know that.
Yeah.
They know that. And I'm not talking about, yes, there's evil people in every walks of life that are riding the system, taking advantage of things that don't need that. I understand. But then there's the ones who paid their dues, who do deserve it, who did earn it, or whatever their situation, they know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is that part. I mean, everybody's situation is different, and where you're at and your location and what you can and can't do. And I'm not saying open your doors and just let everybody come in. That's not what I'm saying or anything like that. But I think there is that part of like, it's going to take us. If you have somebody's grandma down the street from you and she's all that's left and she's barely making it, I'm going to need you to check in on her. Yeah. I'm going to need you to take her a casserole or something, or some soup sometime, and make sure, something's going on. I just think that we're called to do things like that.
Rip is killing it with that comment. Hey, Casey.
I got to go back.
Casey, I'm a city boy. I guess if that's what you want to call.
I couldn't tell. Could y'all?
Do you need to feed those chicks?
I'm a country girl. City boy.
Mama. They're hungry, Casey. Stop starving those chicks, man.
Go ahead. You're a city boy. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Do you need to feed those chicks? Is it time? What do you got, the lamp on them or something? Like, what's going on?
I have a heating plate for my chicks, sir. I don't do lamps. They're in their little thing, and they probably want me to plug their lamp in. Their heating plate.
Hey, Casey, can you go plug in their heating lamp?
What?
No.
What'd you say?
Nothing. I'm gonna get timed out, y'all.
Listen, we all need to feed the beast by buying on the cracker. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And I mean, they've created things that make us dependent. They've created situations that everyone has to end up going to Walmart, and then people write you and say, "Why are you shopping at Walmart?" Because I got to go into Walmart for certain things. They've created these systems. Through the C-19, when they knocked down and destroyed and completely eliminated all the mom and pop places, and there was here and in North Carolina, we had those, and there's nothing left. So again, that's part of the playbook of what they were doing, because that when you have those local things like that, people are more self-sufficient. People are more community oriented and helping and looking out for each other. I think C19 tore that down completely, not completely, majorly, about that community unity feeling. I think it really destroyed a lot of that.
Yeah, I think so. I can.
Yeah. Sorry about the chicks, guys. Are they loud?
No, it's kind of peaceful in a way, like in the background.
Hey, you know what? There's gonna come a day you're gonna be in your city, and you're like, man, I wish I had one of Casey's chicks.
Just one.
I wish I could have a hen giving me eggs, just
one
even
egg,
once a day.
Just one egg.
Yes, North Carolina is all on fire again. The whole state's on a state of emergency. I think there was 24 hours they put emergency mandatory evacuation orders under. Yes, I'm always, and y'all know that's my stomping grounds up there. And yes,
hey, Miss Sharon.
Miss
Sharon, you got the same thing going on over there?
What's that?
Her chicks. I can't hear your chicks.
Oh yeah. Miss Sharon, me and Sharon talked about this. I think it was yesterday we talked about this. I mean, like, they're like little fluff balls, and you love them, and I do love my birds and everything. But then there comes a point where you're like, their feathers are on their wings, but not the rest of the body, and I'm ready for them to be out the house. Now they go out during the day when it's warm, but they have to come back in at night because it's too cold.
Can we see them? Am I asking too much?
You should watch my videos.
All right, I know what that means.
Yeah, Miss Sharon, but yeah, I could. Yeah, you can hear. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like breakfast to me, chirping. That's what that sounds like. Give it 6 months.
Oh, y'all got me laughing today. Hey, you know what though? I had one person that I was seeing. I had been this therapy. I've been seeing this one person, and they were super cool. They had plenty of chicks and eggs and everything. And we talked about prepping. She was like, yeah. And she was like, the last time I went to go see her, she was like, here's some eggs for you.
See?
Fresh eggs. So I was like, hell yeah. A whole bag of fresh eggs. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got them home. Wait, so I knew that she was kind of off just a little bit, right?
Oh,
just
Lord.
So I got the eggs home, and I'm like, yo, I got fresh eggs, da-da-da-da. We can do omelets and da-da-da-da. And something happened where I put the bag down too hard, and an egg exploded, and it was the worst smelling egg. It stunk the whole.
You're going to get that out. Ajax won't take that off. Because if you have an egg explode, like, it's something to eat or somewhere, and they'll hide somewhere and lay eggs, and they'll explode.
They're like, get that out of the house!
County down to get that smell out.
Yeah.
So she gave you rotten eggs. Did she want to give them to you, or she like, hey, take these out in the trash on your way out?
Maybe they got them mixed up or something. I don't know. But they were like, get that out of the house now. Get it out. Don't bring back no more eggs. Like, man. All right.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was. It really was. Yeah.
Did you tell her?
No, I never saw her again. Yeah.
Yeah, she knew you weren't coming back. She's like, here's some rotten eggs.
Yeah, but anyways.
Ours don't last long enough.
Yeah.
Fresh eggs all the time. They don't. Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of people on this farm.
How long do you have to have them? Like, I'm pretty sure that they just had them for a long time before they go like super bad.
I mean, it really depends. I mean, you can leave fresh eggs if you don't wash them and the bloom stays on. You can leave them on your counter. Now we're in hotter climates.
Yeah.
Now I like to tame mine because you should store them pointy side down. You should store your eggs pointy side down. And I will take and put them in cartons. I don't wash them until right before I get ready to crack it. I will put them in my fridge like that, and they will last longer.
But if you just leave them out, how long will it take before they go bad? A month?
2 weeks or so? 2-3 weeks?
Oh, okay. No, Yardbirds. I thought we were good. And I really thought she was really trying to give me. She might have got them mixed up. Yeah. Yeah, no, we were good. They were like, get them out now. Don't ever.
I bet those things. Oh man, that's a whole other smell.
Yeah.
You want some fried chicken? Yeah, we eat our birds. If we get roosters and stuff like that, or if we get mean ones, they go in the pot real quick.
Really?
Hey, Simply Tony, good to see you. I see all you guys coming in here. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, doing the things, preparing, getting ready. I mean,
Yeah.
just like this whole, speaking of chickens and eggs and everything, that situation was created. The shortages of that, why there's no chicken, why the price will go up, why you can't be self-sufficient, why if you try to buy chickens,
Yeah.
buy chicks, or you try to order them from hatcheries. If y'all want to go just check out something else, go to Hoover Hatchery, go to Murray McMurray and see. And they are sold out. They are done for 2025 season. They have no birds. Doesn't make sense. So then when you go to like the feed stores and stuff like Tractor Supply that have them, they're hardly getting anything in, or they're just selling like bantams and turkeys and ducks. And it's because they've created that. But like, you know, all the things that they're talking about with the bird flu, it's only chickens. Well, what about all the wild birds? What about all the other birds? No, whatever. You know, that's their little nonsense they're using. It is, again, that all goes back to being self-sufficient, food supplies, stuff like that. Just like, you remember how many years was it? What year was it when all the cattle were dying and they were like, oh, they didn't have any water. They just all fell over dead. And the way that they looked, I'm like, they electrocuted that whole field. That's how I thought they were doing those. All the fires, all the things that they were doing. It's beef and chicken. That's what's going through. Again, those were all plays into coming up to this point right here of what they were planning.
The squirrel flu. Hey, I saw something the other day about some type of zombie deer or something.
Yeah, that's been going on. They talk about that wasting disease and zombie deer stuff. They talk about that a lot when we were in North Carolina. They say you can see when you cut open the meat, you can see how it looks white and gross and stuff. I don't know. That's why they started making things where people couldn't hunting and stuff. They were trying to make restrictions in different areas from that. Wow. Again, control.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Welcome. So good to see you. Country folk. Man, that's survival, Yardbirds.
I agree. I agree. Y'all be ringing chicken necks. Starving little baby chicks that are hungry.
Believe me, they're not starving. They'll break the bank on feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, just an excuse. It always is. I mean, everything they've done, the illnesses, the pandemics, the food supplies, it's all, you know, they got to come up. They got to come up with something. Or they come up and say, you know, you got to do this. Here's the devastation. Let me come in with the fix and save.
Yeah. Hey, what about this one? Because this one caught me in left field. I wasn't really looking for this video, but then I saw it and it started to make sense. The city of Los Angeles. Los Angeles. It's a pretty popular channel. I think they almost have 1 million subs, but they were saying how they think that a lot of the fallen angels, the Nephilim, the offspring of the men of renown, may have made their way to Los Angeles. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more it kind of fits. Look, we see all these people who are good at lying to us.
Absolutely. You know, that is their whole career and to do. Yes.
They look good. They drive these flashy, fancy cars. They've got these houses that like we can only like dream about. Supposedly they live these wonderful lives. They're influencers to the planet. And to be honest with you, they dictate a lot of fashion, a lot of trends. And the channel was saying that they believe that a lot of these are really fallen angels still doing what they did in the past, you know, with the makeup. When they taught women to wear makeup, and they taught us how to make swords for war.
Yeah.
And they said they're still doing the same thing. That made a lot of sense to me. I don't know if there's anything to it. What do y'all think?
What y'all think, chat?
Hey, Nancy is on it. On fault lines.
Yeah, exactly. Well, wasn't there just two more? Like, well, I mean, and again, that goes in biblical. They said that was going to happen with the earthquakes and the storm, the floods and the fires and the storms and all that. You know, all that that was going to happen. Yeah. But yeah, and like Florida Man said, they rotate between illness, riots, weather, war, money, fears, etc. repeat. I mean, we just go through that. Because you know how many times we were like, oh, we're in you know, the fires of burning down food supply again. Are we in that season again? Oh, now they're doing this, and they run that same script in waves.
Yeah.
I just like to have this stuff with Maui, and then we had all the train derailments. Now you know all the planes are falling out the skies. I mean, you see what I'm saying? I mean, they just, and if they would mix it up a little, it'd be more believable. And I've said this, and I will always say this: I find it insulting that they think that we're going to believe their nonsense. I find that stupid. They don't even.
But let's talk about it though, because seriously, it works. As sad as it sounds, it works. It works in the sense that it gets people like worried and worked up. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of does. It causes fear. It causes confusion. It causes, you know, instead of just going about your regular day, you catch wind of all this crazy stuff, and it's like, oh my God. Not for me, but I talk to a lot of people throughout the day, and a lot of people are like, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, I don't know what to do.
That's not overwhelming. They keep people panicked, because if they keep people overwhelmed and they keep them panicked and they keep them in fear and they keep them hungry and I can't pay them, they will comply.
Yeah.
That is what it is. They will comply.
Yeah.
And the whole dress rehearsal we had, 5 years ago or whatever, that was a dress rehearsal. How much can we push before they kick back? What? Yeah. Oh, okay, now we got to tweak it, because now we know we can do this, but we can't do that, and they're going to keep doing that type of stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. I'm not. I don't know. For me, because I know I'm on the winning team, and that goes a lot deeper than just saying that I'm on a winning team. Whether I die or lose everything, I know it's I can sit back and watch it like a movie, like an interesting, a fascinating movie, and I can't believe that this stuff is happening, but I'm watching it happen, and there it is. That's my take on all of this.
Well, there is a time where it's just like, of course, all of us like, you know, we just want to be left alone. And I wish things were going to be better for my kids or grandkids, God willing, if they were all still here and we're not taken up out of here. There is that. But then there's those other times it's like, no, I always swear and I say, I'm like, I am an old soul. I was born in the wrong era. I say that. But I know at the same time, this was for a reason for this time and for us to be here. And there's so many times it's like, what a time to be alive.
Yes.
Because it is literally coming off the pages. I mean, our playbook, our script that we know is coming is a good book.
Yeah.
Because none of this should be a surprise. It's like, oh, check, that happened. Oh, that's what's going on right now. We know, so it shouldn't be a surprise. It gets old and irritated. I think what gets, for myself, old and irritated is having to deal with society and how they react to the things going on.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I know, peace, love, and happiness, but I just have a low tolerance for the masses.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And the agitation and the hatefulness and all that stuff's going on. I'm just like, it's like that was where my low tolerance goes. I got you.
Yeah. Man, it's just wild. But speaking of the good book, I don't know if you ever watched that that video that I sent you, but it's a pastor, and he was talking about how check this one out, fam. Check this one out. So he was this was a straight up pastor, and I was not expecting this, but he was talking about UAPs, UFOs, aliens, interdimensional beings. He was talking about all this stuff, and he said, it's a huge channel. He said, expect more of it. It's coming. You're gonna hear more stories. You're gonna see more things in the sky. And he says, the good book says, just as in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the end time.
Yeah. And didn't we say, I've been saying that, it's like we are in the days of Noah. Like, I mean, there's so much of that thing where it's like, y'all here, you know, it's starting to sprinkle. It's coming. And people still, and I'm like, did y'all not? And I'm not talking about indoctrinated public school history. I'm talking about read and educate yourself in different things and watching things that went on, and even the biblical sense and everything. I'm like, how can people not see? And, you know, we were talking about this backstage earlier, and I'm like, even as awful, and we think, oh, gosh, it's so horrible and evil. It seems like evil is growing, and it seems like evil's winning the world, which God said that was going to happen at the end times anyways. there's still thing, and the people get all hung up about political stuff, and I'm just like, I still don't know that I would change it if I could. I don't want us to suffer along the way, because I know that what is going on and what's happening is going to bring on
Yes.
what is going to come to pass. I mean, the same thing with Christ dying on the cross. All of that stuff had to happen for it to come to pass. It had to be done. It had to happen for all of us. And just like things that are coming up, nothing's going to stop at any of that. So people can quit banging their head against the wall and holding all, putting all their all into some man to change or fix it.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand times are hard. I understand things are overwhelming because we're still in the land of the living. Yes, we still have to pay bills. Yes, we still have to have food. I understand that, and I'm not making light of it. But I guess there's just that I don't have that fear or anxiety about it, because I just feel like I know God, and it's probably because I have a strong faith, and it's because I'm like, I know God's got me. He didn't bring me this far to let me fall on my face and drown.
Yeah.
And I think we have to, I just feel like that puts things in perspective for me. And then also it's like, okay, God, what do I need to learn? Where do you need me to go? Where's that discernment? Where's I pray for clarity and things like that along the way. But, the America, it's not mentioned in the end times. I think we're going to be the new Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah. It's going to be destroyed. Sorry, it is. That's my opinion.
Man. Yeah. I hear you. I'm with you. What's
just Nancy? I didn't want to hear that, Casey. I gotta go.
No. Yeah. I'm aware. What's Nancy talking about?
Let me see what Nancy West is talking about. It's amazing to see the carving pedigree. I see identical plasma experiments in labs. Spider-Man, for example.
Man, I don't know.
You're talking about the hieroglyphs, the things that they did up on the cave.
Right.
The carvings and all that type of stuff that were way advanced, and like, well, how did they know that? I've seen so much things about that, and we watch documentary stuff all the time about things like that. But that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of the stuff that we're seeing, experiment, all that type of stuff, isn't the first time. I just think that a lot of things were, but I think things were quieted, gotten rid of, silenced, locked away, something. Now come with me down this rabbit hole a minute. You know how CERN and all this different things, the Catholic Church, or the Vatican, I should say, they've been opening all these like portals. They've been opening all these different things, right? And then all these things that you're talking about. And then also we started seeing all these things start coming back.
Yeah.
That they had seen before, they had talked about, they wrote about, they drew them, and people like, how would they have known back then?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
The pyramid thing is kind of sort of like CERN to me now, as well as like the Tower of Babel. Don't ask me how, but like you said, I think at the end of these cyclical periods.
Yeah.
I think we get too close to stuff we're not supposed to get too close to. And then it has to start over. You gotta go back to the beginning. Wipe them
out, start over, and do things. I do believe so.
We start getting too close to interdimensional stuff. We start getting too close to the God particle at CERN, the Tower of Babel. We start getting too close to things that we aren't supposed to get close to. And then it has to be a reset. I think we're doing that now.
Yeah. Hey, Indy, how are you? And everyone's coming here. Hey, Tiger. If I've missed you, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. Let's see what Nancy's saying. I mean, okay. So where is it? Is it? Y'all help me out. Is it Sweden? Finland? Somewhere over there where they were seeing that backwards S zigzag light thing in the skies, and people are like, "What is that?" Have y'all been seeing that? And everybody started asking. They're like, "Huh?"
I was just reading it. Plasma ropes.
Yeah, there was these different things that people were seeing. I mean, but in the end times it says about the things of the sky, the differences and stuff what's going to go on. Hey, fish sticks.
Plasmoids, the UFOs, the UAP.
Y'all, you know what I tell? Because I was, when, hey, Pat, Teresa, all of y'all.
What up, man?
I appreciate all you guys. And that when we were coming back from North Carolina, and we had been on vacation, and I saw that thing, and I was like, no, I mean, there was no, and I was like, because I didn't, Josh. I told you, Josh was a UFO guy. I was just like, I think that's military. I think that's some operation that very, very few have privy to. That's what it is. I just thought it was. And when we saw it, I was just like, and I was still like, even still now, I'm just like, I can't believe that was real. Like, I can't believe
Really?
that. Yeah, but then I've seen, if you look up, you can look up like spottings. And I looked up the area, which I'm not going to say on here. I looked up the area, and there were several that month in the exact location over the exact same water that we saw it, that people had wrote in and said, I saw it. I saw this. This is what I saw. And they had reported it and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
But see, you don't hear as much how hyped it was about the drones and the UFOs and the orbs. You're not hearing that the same hype level where it was everywhere like you were before.
Right.
So everything seems to be going in these waves. Now, is it truly happening in those waves, or are they bringing attention to it in waves for a certain reason? I don't know.
Elon's rockets. Man, Elon's not from here. I just want to say that. I
don't even think he's human, guys. I don't know if I wonder if he. Oh, okay. See, I'm seeing like Florida. Okay. I don't know. Is he one of those transhumanism type things already? I'm serious. He does not seem human to me.
They say AI is already conscious.
I'm sure it is. When they are talking about anything, it is already in the works, full force, going at it, whatever it may be. When they finally bring attention to it and talk about, like how they said, oh, UFOs, all this stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Now we're going to say that they're real. Well, I think it's already been going.
Yeah. What's Yardbird talking about? They all are. Who? What? They all are what? Come on, bro. Finish it up. I need the information. I think I saw something
front man. Yeah, they all are front men. I think they're all pawns to play their thing from the puppet master. Is that what you're saying, Yardbirds? Like they're all just in their seats and the puppet master's behind the scenes doing stuff?
Waves of energy. Man, see, we're playing with stuff we're not supposed to be playing with.
Okay. All these energy wave and different things that are going on. But see, we talk about everything has energy. People get weird. Christians, they get weird about stuff. I'm like, calm down. Okay, don't get into what some backwoods church told you, that everything's evil, but trust a man.
Right.
Okay, moving on. But seriously, everything has an energy or a vibration or a frequency.
Yes.
Everything. That's why you can ground. That's why certain sounds are healing, and nature sounds that God created, all that, not man created. Yeah. I think that all of those type of things they've been messing with. And if they mess them and make it mankind, like when they make things synthetic, they know how to use it for destruction.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think they've been doing that.
Yeah. Florida man's a mess. Yes. I agree. Man, look, there's so many different directions our entire world can go in right now. It's ridiculous. That's how I know we have to be okay. All right, fam. All right, talk to me about this one. Let's talk finances real quick. So, a lot of global economists are saying that we're headed for a recession, depression,
Great Depression, everything's right.
Yes, financial crisis. So what they're saying is 2008, when we had that little whatever it was, recession, whatever it was, stock market, something like that. We had things to pull us out of it. We had manufacturing still. We had the automotive industry. But what they're saying now is that we have nothing to pull us out of a recession, depression, something worse.
But that's got to be part of the plan. Okay, they're going to crash. We always said they have to crash the old to usher in the new. They have to crash the current to bring in what they're going to do. So what the whole Fort Knox thing, is that gone through? Did they go in there? Is the gold in there or what? Because that's gotten quiet. And they said they were going to go live about it and all that mess.
Yeah.
Well, where's that mess at? So I think they're going to have to do that. I still think that, he's like, oh, the US dollar is going to be whatever. They're going to have to crash all that.
I think they found
his little Trump coin out is what he's trying to do. I think they want everything to go digital and crypto and stuff like that.
Huck. That's it, bro. That's it.
They always do. Every single one. There has to be every time they had one. We need a war because it makes us money. And then every time they've had a war, they usher in another government control. Oh, that's when they made Social Security. Oh, then this
Yep.
is when they made this. That's what
You
all
told me
of it.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when Social Security came up on the scene. There's something new.
So what's the next one going to be? What kind of control is that going to be?
Hey, right, Coffee? Yeah, Casey, I'm telling you.
Man, don't get me started on that list. They can, if they do that, I want them all hung up at City Hall because don't even get me started on stuff like
It'd
that.
probably be everybody too. It'd probably be everybody. Your
Well, they
neighbors.
can empty off a whole bunch of stuff, and we will be just fine. But I don't think that's ever going to do. I think that type of stuff and the whole everybody's pointing their fingers at each other, or whatever.
What about the JF thing? The JF, what about that thing? Did we ever find anything about that investigation?
Hey, Junior, and what he said about old potato and all that type of stuff, and I think that he was taken out as well because it's all about all of them are in some type of, it's like the mafia type stuff that they do to each other, and none of them care about any of them or their own family or anything. I do believe things like that go on. But my thing about the JFK file stuff is, what does that matter, or how does that help right now, in comparison to? Sorry, there's something going on. What is that doing for us right now that we need to know that versus other things that are currently going on?
I got you. She's saying distraction.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Am
I freezing up? Is my stuff buffering? Oh, it's buffering. Laura says buffering. Oh, because I'm saying stuff. That's
no, it is.
YouTube. Because I thought something was going on. I was like, oh gosh, something's going on out here. There's always something going on at the farm. It always happens at nights and storms and everything like that. And he's telling me I was freezing up. 555. Oh, did I say? I said trigger words.
You always do.
I know, but that's the only way I know how to be.
Okay.
That's why he does things on my channel. I'm just gonna lay that out.
I'd be like, I don't know her, sir.
You don't see how he does me? No loyalty.
Look, I've tried to talk to her, but she.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah. Nope. I don't know her.
It probably is something I said.
Man, those sandwiches. She made a sandwich the other day. That was it looked like the bomb.
What are you talking
about? I was hungry too. I was working and it popped up in my feed. I was like,
who did?
Oh, that looks good, Katrinka. I was like, that looks so good. And she's always like, on a toasted Kaiser roll with such and such. I was like, oh, I'm so hungry. Yeah.
Hi, Katrinka. And everybody that's been coming in. I see a lot of you coming in here. Sorry, we're over here striking nerves.
All right, I know we're not talking preps. But has anybody done anything towards any kind of preparedness? I'm just curious. It could have been mentally.
Yeah, talking about it.
It could have been mentally. Wait, what? Nancy, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Josh, look, Josh has been rolling with me for 3.5 years now. He knows.
Is that right?
3.5 years.
Dang. Okay.
So don't try to back out your association, sir.
Oh no, it's gonna happen. Tell you.
We knock on your door. So we saw. What about all these? We got 70 videos here with her.
I'll be like, I don't know. I don't have them. She has. I don't know. Yeah, do your investigation, sir. Yeah.
Oh.
Suddenly realizes he's in the wrong chat. Yeah, I think.
I mean, yeah, I don't think it's in there, or the amount is not correct that they're collecting.
They already found out. I think they already found out, and that's why it went quiet. I think seriously, the playbook. I think
they know that you think that he would have not went in there and checked. You think he didn't have the power to go ahead and he's a businessman on top of anything else.
Yeah. Okay.
He was going to do his checks.
So it turns into a carrot that they can kind of dangle in front of us just to kind of play with this.
Well, I think that they'll flip it whichever way is going to benefit them. There's no gold. The U.S. dollar's nothing. Number one, that's going to create mayhem in the streets and chaos. People are going to freak out about stuff.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, but wait. We got to fix. Here's this digital. Here's this, whatever they think. Because it still is going to come to pass. There's going to be one world currency.
Yeah.
Government, religion, all that's going to happen. So I think that these are just the chipping away thing, so people will be more accepting to it. Well, it's gone. The U.S. dollar means nothing. So, and all these other countries are not They're not, using that currency anymore. And so
Gotcha.
I think that that's what I think. I think that it's just a chipping away. And then it's not such a shock factor when they do something.
Yeah. See, look, Yardbirds has got it. That's my
Yardbirds,
man. That's my
I'm
man.
gonna screenshot all your stuff.
None of y'all. They're gonna be like,
Nothing but love for
Sandy,
Casey, and he'll be like, I don't know her.
you don't know this? No, I don't know any of them. It was
Y'all are
no.
weak. Talking about y'all don't know. So I'm like, yeah, I know them.
Yeah. Katrina? No, never. What's her name? What's her videos about? Food? Okay. No, sorry, guys.
I don't talk about it. I don't feel like that's where my focus of content and keep talking about it anymore. I'm like, I guess I'm kind of like, we're beyond that point talking about it, but that doesn't mean I've stopped that or y'all should stop that. You should be doing it. But I'm just kind of like, and I guess, a lot of mine is that lifestyle.
We gotta talk about that just for a sec. That one flipped me out for a minute. I did see the video yesterday. MJ, the Ark of the Covenant. Did you hear about that one? They found it supposedly, CIA stuff.
Oh no, okay.
Fired. You're fired if you didn't. You're fired, Casey. All right.
Where's Miss Sharon?
All right.
You can't fire him if you don't know me, but whatever. Okay, have y'all talked about the Ark of the Covenant story yet? Distraction or curiosity? Okay.
I saw it yesterday. CIA.
Yeah. You think it's
I
don't know. This is what I think. Sometimes I think with distractions, I think they sprinkle in some truth. I think they sprinkle in some, because certain things they have to always tell us, right? They have to expose certain things because that's part of their rules that they have to follow.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. You always say they have to tell us.
Because they have these rituals they have to do. That is a rule they have to follow. That's why they do it in, movies and shows and music and different things like that. They have to.
Good Lord, Pilgrim.
Yo, I'm not even in chat.
Hey, I hope not. It probably is, but I hope not.
Let's see.
Help us. He's like, the Ark of the Covenant is going to be right next to the files.
Oh, you about said it.
I didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope not. Oh my God. That would be horrible.
Oh, see, Miss Sharon, that's why Josh is acting up. Because he knows Miss Sharon's not in here. She's gonna catch a replay. I'm gonna text her right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, about the sleight of hand, the trick of hands. Look at this hand, but don't look what this one's doing. Right. And then the other thing is they pass it off to someone else. And I think that has been that as well. Every different one that comes on the scene, they play their part. They have a job to do. It's theatricals to me, in my opinion. That's why I don't get hung up on that stuff.
Yeah. I
don't care about politics or put my faith in any of that.
We're behaving.
Look, Miss Sharon, he is lying. No, Miss Sharon, go back to chat.
Sharon, no. She knows me. We're good.
Miss Sharon, he said he didn't know me or nothing, Miss Sharon.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah, see now, look. Oh, y'all hear that Pope Francis? They said they were just gonna go ahead and let him go because he was so bad. Bye. I hope his soul gets right because he's in for a hot afterlife. But yeah, all this stuff, all the different things that's going on with the Vatican and different things like that, I think that plays a lot into the things that are going on now and being exposed and coming about. Yeah, you gotta watch that.
How's the Pope doing?
They just say it. That's what I'm saying. Are you listening?
I mean, Connor. Look, it's Josh. Come on, Casey. You know how I wrote.
He'll be like, Casey, did you hear about this? I'm like, Josh, I sent you that. I sent you 3 articles and a video about that. He's like, you did? My bad. I'm gonna go watch it. 3.5 years of this. No, but for real, they did say some of the doctors said that they were going to just they may make him comfortable and just let him go. Now, how true that is or not, because his whatever this lung thing he has, and which he keeps swelling up more and more, that it was just so bad.
Really?
And
hot afterlife. Look at
yeah, man. He don't. It ain't even. It's beyond Southern hot too, isn't it? He's evil. I always thought when he got in, I was like,
Really?
he is a demon. I think so.
Really?
Yes, man. You got to keep eyes on stuff like that. When you see what he's starting to do and the things that he starts changing and accepting and
Fill me in.
putting into things, oh man, all this stuff. How where you been?
Man,
MJ, you better get your boy.
You know where I've been at. Fill me in, for real. Real quick.
What about? I sent you this stuff. You remember how he said there were certain dates and they were opening up different all different things. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Okay, so when all of those things were happening, we were seeing this uptick in certain spiritual realm, these weird type of things that were going on. And they had, and see, they're very into numerology and dates and rituals and all that type of stuff. So they were doing all that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. He may be.
Really?
He may be the last. He may be the last one. But I think that T-Man's. He said it. If you vote this time, you'll never have to do it again. He said it. They have to tell us. Y'all go watch The Simpsons. They always tell us through that, right? But that's why the whole thing with that. I think this situation about him being open and supportive of the U.S. joining the Commonwealth underneath the king and everything, I think that is potentially bigger than what people think. That is my opinion. Because if that's the case, and then again, let's go back to Israel with that type of stuff. I think that they would be more accepting of that because they're looking for somebody to come in for that. It's going to build a third temple, and we know where all that plays out. If you know Scripture, you know where that's playing. All of that, nothing. None of these things, the Vatican, the Commonwealth, the things that are going on here, none of that is separate. These are all intertwined together. They're all playing their part, and it is truly all intertwined together for the greater what they're going for. I mean, we talked about his 2020 Project 2025 or whatever it was. Did I freeze? Did I freeze when I said that? He said he doesn't know what it is, but there was goals, right? There was goals listed on that. And we're seeing some of that come to pass. And we know that the 2030 stuff, they have certain goals that they had to meet, that they want to do. It is not going to be a light switch on New Year. 2030 comes. They're chipping away to usher in all those different things.
I think war is going to burn a lot of stuff down.
Yeah. And it's going to be the world war. And there's going to be the destruction and the chaos and the shortages and the control they're going to be able to take and the fear. They rounded them up on carts before and put them where they want to do for different things. Don't get on the bus. I'll survive and live in and just have my ending in the wilderness before I get up on a bus and go be trucked into where they want people to be. Not going to happen.
Some Red Dawn type stuff. You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Seriously. And that is almost the only way that they can collapse everything without having to be worried about all the people who fall through the cracks. It's war, people. It's war.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, right. I know, but my mother's Ashkenazi Jewish, but we're Messianic Jewish, so there's a difference. So don't jump. But they're waiting. The Jews they're waiting for that third temple. That's that biblical thing they said that was going to happen. And the whole thing about the red heifers that's going on right there. That's why I say keep your eye on Israel because it's going to be very telling of what's about to happen. Yeah, you can't. I don't care how you feel about anything with the government. That's like people judging us and saying, "Well, I don't like these Americans because look at their government." Please do not judge me because of how our government is. Same different things, but and the Deagle reports, they talk about this all the time.
The Deagle report.
Because you remember meeting you and Appalachian. I wish you were in here. We used to talk about that. We used to talk about those Deagle reports. If you go check that stuff out, again, those are goals they have set, plans they have set, deadlines they have set, and all these different things. We talk about the playbook. I think it's just set up for them. They check it off. They turn the page. Yeah. Is what they're doing.
But the Deagle report had some major decreases in population densities. I don't
Mhm.
know. This year.
Yeah. What was it was a huge number. I think
Yeah.
it was a huge number by the end of 2025, and I think I
Yeah.
saw that, like, well, just in the last couple months. It was a major number, and I was like, "What is gonna take that mass amount of people out? It's gonna have to be it's gonna be war, right?"
I hope Iran doesn't have a nuke. That would do it.
Yeah,
Could
I
you,
think.
could you just imagine? Okay, so we all have like this. Okay, we're gonna with the 7 stealth bombers, the B-1 bombers that's in Diego Garcia. They're just gonna stealthily fly in and bomb targets and take everything out and then come back to the base and then that's
Yeah.
it. Could you imagine if Iran fires off a nuke somewhere? That changes everything overnight. Everything. Everything goes.
And a lot of people have more. This is what my concern is. How much truly, now, was it just, lies or what? How much truly has our military and equipment and all that type of stuff been depleted
Yeah.
because of UKR? And then we see all that stuff coming back through the border. We know that whole story and everything. Has that been depleted for us to be?
Yes.
I do not, and I know, don't get upset. I may be wrong. I don't think we're the strongest military in the world now. I mean, how much are we depleted for all that type of stuff? And ours is being depleted, and all these other places have been building up so much.
Yeah.
Where does that leave us with things? I think that the digital type war that we would have added to this, because it's a modern time, everything else is going to be so different, because it's not going to have to be like, well, we got to get the planes in there, we got to get the boats in the water, we got to get this, we got to do it like that.
Yeah.
There's so much destruction that could be done in a flip of a switch.
That's true. Hit the water, hit the power grid, hit the financial systems, hit the internet.
When communication is the internet, people are going to freak out in America.
Yeah.
People, I mean, absolute mayhem would break out. And then they're going to go after each other, because people are going to be lunatics and they're going to go after each other instead of, let's group together.
Yeah.
We can make it. Let's not do this, but they don't. And I think it's going to be stuff like that.
See, I think that's why we need Canada and Mexico.
They're going to take that.
Yeah, I think before we fight Russians inside of Canada moving down across our border, we'd rather have stuff in place to fight them before they get to Canada's border. And the same with Mexico. You remember that Venezuela thing with Russia?
Yeah.
There was a whole bunch, the ports that China's built through the Panama. Yeah, there's a whole lot of,
because I even think about, although they said that we have all those like tunnels on the ground that they can just, and I mean, Elon has one of those things. It's like a magnetic car or something like that.
Yeah.
It just travels like all over the place.
That went silent. Look, that was a huge project that went silent. I think the military just took it over. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They probably did.
People have been saying that they've been hearing like rumbling underground under their house, like they've been feeling vibrations.
I know. Have you seen those videos? I hear more like Instagram or different things, and people are outside. They're out there on the phone, just regular people like you and I. They're outside, and they're like, "What is that sound?"
Yeah.
And I think, Florida man, are you in here? I think him and I had sent some back and forth, but I had also I was like, is that a frequency? Like, what is that? And it was this, it did not sound, it was just unnatural sounding. And there's people all over the world that are hearing it.
See?
And they're outside and they're like, and I'm like, they're doing stuff, but we know they're doing stuff frequency for different reasons that they're doing it. But that has been coming up.
What'd you do with your chicks?
They're sleeping. Shh.
What in the world?
City boys don't know anything. The sun's down. They go to sleep. That's why you don't do false lights for birds.
They're sleeping? Like, so you mean to tell me that they all just chilled out and just laid down?
Because the sun went down. They're by the window.
All right.
Don't we wish kids went to sleep that easy when they were little? Sun's down.
When did they wake up? When
the sun comes up.
They sleep all night?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. All right. I learned something today.
It's all worth it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
and look, Pilgrim, they're here. We've been saying that they're here. We knew where they were doing it, and I just feel like when all that stuff was going on, like the different things, and we know the different. Some of them got to be careful. I've already said so much. They're just going to get hyped up. We talk about certain groups. They start hyping each other up. If
yeah,
they get each other hyped up and they get the go signal, there's so many here, and we've talked about that before. That's why I said they're not going to have to come in. I think they're set up house here for so long.
yeah. I see a major internal conflict here. Seriously, because so many have been allowed to come. The cartel thing. Listen, even if we start hitting locations within Mexico, the border and all that stuff, with Tomahawk missiles from the destroyers that are over there, we still have internal threats.
They're
A
here.
huge organization.
They're laying low, and the people have no clue. Talking about this, when we talk about China, like if we want to get crippled, China would just have to say, "I'm cutting you off. I'm done. We're not sending you anything." Number one, and we think about, oh my gosh, all the supplies that are just on the Walmart shelves and everything else like that. When they cut off medical supply, medicines, pharmaceuticals here, we are going to have people dropping like flies and going crazy. I mean, it's it would be crippling in a horrific way if they did stuff like that. Now, that is why, like Casey Littlehouse, she's like, hey, you know what? Y'all should learn some alternatives and start weaning, or at least know how to use them and have them on hand. You don't have to do it, but I'm just saying have it on hand and know.
You hear this? Anyway. Shameless plug.
I'm trying to help y'all out. It has nothing to do with the plug. And I hope y'all are like, man, I should have wrote that down, what she said before the grid went down.
Yeah. But see, okay, so then again, seriously, I keep talking about this playbook. You mean to tell me that whoever was running the United States back when, what is it, NAFTA or whatever the trade, global trade deals with, you mean to tell me that nobody saw that within 10, 15, 20, 30 years, China would control all of our medication production? You mean to tell me nobody said, or did they say, well, when that gets to a point, then it's more likely going to be a global conflict and we'll deal with it when that happens? Come on, nobody said that they're going to be manufacturing everything in the United States and that's just going to be okay.
Well, no. I mean, don't you think? I mean, all the setup, but just like when the C-19 and there's doing different things, I'm like, they could cripple us by messing up the meds and the equipment that comes from there, and they would wipe out masses here, and they know that. Like, why, if we're going to have a bad blood with somebody, you don't do it with somebody that controls it, like everybody's health and life in their hands.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Nobody said, okay, above all else, we should not give them 100% manufacturing of all medications for our country. It's like, or was it just some money hungry corporation who said?
Well, I think it's a mix of both. I think there's certain people who aren't privy to that, and they just saw it as say money. They saw it as money. The same thing how they send the chicken and they have it here, but then they send it on a boat all the way to China for them to process it, do all the stuff, and they send it all the way back, and you're eating, chicken that's been dead for 6 months or something like that. I think I think there was it was about that. They just saw the dollar signs about the stuff.
Capitalism.
But the ones who gave them, hey, let me plant this little idea. Look at all this money you make. There was a different agenda to that.
So we're sold out, most likely.
Absolutely, because they don't care. And all these people talking about, China and Gates on them, they own all this farmland. Yes.
Oh, why'd you do it? Okay.
I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Anyways, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I will always shine that light on that darkness. Again, that's why we do it on my channel.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I mean, they all that for personal, and then so many people sold it out because they were like, I don't care what his evil plans are. It lined my pockets.
Right.
Don't sell. Yeah. I mean, that's that big thing. And they're not making any more land. Guys, if there's anything else, don't sell Grandpa's farm because they're not. That's one thing they're not making any more of his land.
Yeah. God, it's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
13 months. I can't see. I can't. Yeah, you can't wake someone else pretending to be asleep.
Oh, they woke up. How about that? And the sun didn't come up yet. How about that? Oh, they wake up when
It's
the sun.
probably because y'all. This is over. I gotta go. Ended. It's probably because you're yelling.
All right, I'll stop. Oh man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I just think that I'm to make sure I haven't missed anything. It was important to throw it back down there. I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be an interesting year. I mean, so many times I'm like, gosh, we're only in March. So much is going on. It's only in March. But then I also know we're still really comfortable in comparison to where their goals for 2030.
Yeah. Oh, I got one more for you.
What's that?
Hey, chat. Let me know if y'all heard anything about this. April 20th. Yeah, 420 TT1. Yeah. 420. T-Man saying that if things aren't up to where he expected them to be with the illegal immigration, the Insurrection Act of 18 something would be enacted, and it could bring about martial law.
Oh yeah. See, my thing is they can label whatever they want to say. This is why we're doing this, but I still think there's going to be that power grab, even if that's not really validated that's what's needed to happen.
Really? Have you heard about that though? The 420
Yeah,
thing?
I do. And the thing is, we talk about martial law, we talk about different things like that. And we're like, because even before, like a couple of years ago when we started this, we're like, they just don't have the manpower to do that in mass locations. We thought, oh, it's going to go, you look at things, you think, oh, it's going to be like New York City, right?
Yeah.
You think it's going to be these places like that. But, I still think that AI is way more advanced than we think. Man. You got drones taking you out and herding people up like dogs and stuff like that. And facial recognition, all those different things. I think a lot more is going to be rolled out that we didn't. The masses of people think, or even us, we're just like, I didn't know that this truly existed and this was ready to go. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I still have to go to work. That's the question. Yeah. I love my job, but if I ain't trying to, I'm with you. Simply Tony.
You know me, Yardbird. You know me.
Josh, try some of my sandwiches. Hey, y'all, if y'all haven't checked out Katrinka's channel, y'all should. She does these sandwiches with these recipes. And check her out, man. She's awesome. I appreciate you,
Josh
Katrinka.
be sitting in his car eating McDonald's thinking, I wish I had one of Katrinka's sandwiches, man.
Don't do me like that, Casey. It was one day.
You saw it on the video. I see you put it out there.
One day, and I was starving.
And I was like, oh, he got the orange drink too. My God.
It's the $5 meal.
Yeah,
I can't afford nothing else. Yeah.
It's not real meat anyway, so
I know it. It doesn't even taste like real meat. I hate it. But yeah. Dang it, coffee.
Yeah, throw your links and stuff down there. I appreciate all you guys being here. Josh selling out like I don't know you and that you don't say it on
just
her
wait.
channel.
Think I'm playing.
Y'all look, it could be like life or like, look, it's the only way to say right here, but like I don't know her. I'm like, okay.
I'm telling you,
I'm like, don't even put this beside mine in heaven. Don't even put it over here beside me.
I got your back, man. I got you.
Big Mac Josh.
I'm gonna grab the dude and flip him around and I'm gonna take the other one out.
He's trying to save face, y'all. He's trying to save face before we get off.
Cut hook out the ropes, and we're gonna handle business, and everything's gonna be good. Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. Josh,
oh man, come on, hey, we're all. If you ain't on a list yet, or if you even been doing your job,
Big Mac, Josh on the list. Yeah, we're all on the list. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, all the fans.
Y'all little agents are like, gosh, they're over there in that chat again.
Now, one of y'all better say y'all heard of me or know me when it goes down. Now, one of y'all. Yeah.
But I do. I appreciate. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. We always have a good time. Yeah, 3.5 years, Josh. I didn't even realize. I was thinking about that the other day.
Dang, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Time's flying.
It does, man.
What are we? 2020. We're 2025, so we got 5 years.
I'm telling you, the halfway point, 2027. Y'all write it down.
Yeah.
I feel like something major has to happen by that point, because it's just that halfway point to break into. Now we can trickle the rest of the way down to go into 2030.
What are you
I feel
talking
like
about?
we're building up to that halfway point, and then we'll go into that 2030.
Yeah. What are you talking about? We have removed ourselves from NATO. They're on their own. We're about to go into Iran that may or may not be nuclear equipped. We don't know. Poland there's so many things. We're about to try and take back the Panama Canal from China, Taiwan. Something is.
Well, we said years ago, we said it wasn't going to be one thing. It wasn't going to be like these two are fighting. There's just going to be one thing. It is going to be a domino effect. It's going to be global mayhem. I think it's going to all pop off. I think it's going to be a domino effect, and everybody's going to start going after everybody. Yeah, everyone that's doing it.
Just crazy.
And then I think there is going to be that sense of, are you really my ally? Are they really that thing? But then at the same time, is that theatricals also? Are the ones up at the top cast really? Is that just show? Why wouldn't it be show? Because our political stuff down here is show. Mm-hmm. Is that just to, again, that's division? That's a reason to have war. That's a reason to bring population down. You know what I'm saying? That's a reason for things to collapse. That's a reason to, on and on and on. Just throw it on the list.
Yeah.
And
what's Australia?
It's different. Do what?
What's Australia going to do? I haven't heard anything about them lately.
Man, those people, them in New Zealand, I was like, and I know people over in Australia, and I'm just like, there is a whole different ballgame of the locking down, strictness, enforcement stuff in Australia, and when it went into New Zealand when things are going on. Yeah, I worry about that because, they took all their protection bangs away. They don't have that.
There goes Yardbergs. Yardbergs, I have been back in the gym. I know you I've been back in the gym, Yardbergs, for us. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Man,
y'all see his energy, man. French fries, he could eat triple cheeseburgers every day, and it would not affect him. His metabolism is like he just all that energy, he burns that stuff right off. It don't even affect Josh.
No, it does. I'm getting there. I'm getting up there. It does. Yeah, that's my one meal of the day, though. Smoothie in the morning.
Because we eat our biggest meal, and Huckleberry works remote, so we do. Like, our biggest meal is not in the evening. It's usually like a big lunch. It's like between lunch and dinner. That's our one big meal.
Yeah.
Coffee. Yeah, I agree with that, MJ. It's gonna be different. I mean, that's what it was back then. They sent all those prisoners and stuff there. How it started.
Really?
I think that's how Australia started, and or how the population and everything started there. I think there's going to be, MJ. I think there's going to be like regions.
Yeah.
Y'all better go watch Hunger Games. That's why they got those.
Oh Lord.
Y'all better go watch it.
Yeah.
They tell you stuff. I tell you all the time. I'm like, you remember how they switch of hands from if you wouldn't know Hunger Games, from President Snow to Coin. Oh, we need this to end. They've done things that's so horrible, and he's so evil. We're just going to come up. We're going to take over because we want all this to end, and we don't want any of this. And all she did was like, yeah, I got this position now, but I'm going to do the exact thing he was doing because I want that power. That's all this. They have to tell us, man.
Shake it up. Katrinka, I like pancakes for breakfast. I mean, pancakes for dinner sometimes.
Yeah, if I eat anything like that, which is very, very rarely, a couple times, I have to have some type of heavy protein with it, or I feel awful.
Really?
I can't just like eat like carby stuff. Oh my God, I feel awful. I can't eat stuff like that. I gotta have like a heavy protein.
I believe in World War III too. I believe it. I said when Ukraine and Russia started to mix it up way back when, that was the first stages of WW3, and I'm still.
Well, because you and I were saying that, I was like, when are they going to officially call it?
Yeah. Ukraine cannot beat Russia. They can't. So it didn't make sense. Never.
Hey, did y'all see that video? I gotta be very, very careful when I say this one. Like, I say a lot, but this one. Oh, and I was telling you backstage, talking about UKR, Z-Man. I saw this clip of this interview, and it was not long before I came on here. I was like, I gotta look more into that. But he was on this interview panel, this news thing, And Z said that the bear wasn't going to be alive much longer. Did y'all see that? And I was like, what? I mean, you can't just say stuff like that. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about him. He was like, it doesn't matter. He's not going to be alive much longer. I was like, what? What did he say? And I was telling you about it backstage. And I was like, I got to look into that.
It's playbook.
Again, it's probably all scripted. We know, he's an actor anyways. It's just that division.
Yeah. 548 days in a row. I just started going back, Coffee. I just like the last 2 weeks I've been going back. The gym.
Exactly, Pilgrim. Yeah. Yeah, where's all that money at? Oh, he hurt his nose. Anyways. God. Him and a lot of the ones in our own big house up here. Exactly, Florida man. Exactly. He was all hyped up on that. Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Josh, go do your pyramid obsession stuff, man.
Pyramid.
Maybe that's where the UFOs are coming up and the aliens are down underneath the pyramids.
In times. Just as it was in the days of Noah. Seriously?
Hey, you remember how they talk about how he said they will not be able to hide underground or in caves? And I don't remember what verse it is. Sometimes I wonder if those type of things are part of the ones who are not of that, and they think they can outrun and hide from God, and they know the wrath that's going to slap. But they know the wrath is going to slap. They think, are those openings to different things? They think, I can hide, or is that a portal to something evil?
That's a good question. No, seriously.
Is that unleash this evil comes up out of this? I don't know. I mean, so many things that could actually be, but the timing of it, I'm telling you, is not just coincidental that all of a sudden all of a sudden we have this technology. Start looking. I'm telling you, that is something. The timing of that is.
It is
crucial.
Well, what if it fired up all of a sudden one day? That'd be crazy.
It could.
But then they say that supposedly Sedona, the face on Mars, supposedly with the picture of the other pyramids on Mars, is supposed to line up exactly to that one, to the pyramids in Giza.
Well, see, that would that make you think? I think that aliens are demonic or inner beings of fallen angels. I mean, there's a whole thing we've talked about. There could be a lot of different mixes of that, but could be. What if they were trapped? They were sent out of here. They were sent to another planet. They were trapped under the earth. They were trapped something of that sort, and they've been opening that stuff up. I mean,
to do anything, to change frequencies, to transport, you need a tremendous amount of power to do anything.
Think about all this summons. They're summoning all this evil stuff that they're doing. They're doing that stuff at the Vatican.
Yeah.
CERN, everything else. But see, the thing is these people are going to keep playing around, and they're going to think it's a game, and they're going to think I'm so rich, I have so much power, I'm untouchable. They're going to open stuff that they can never close.
Yeah.
And they are not going to be immune to the wrath of what's going to come from that.
Maybe the flood shut it down.
Could be.
Yeah, there's a lot. Look at Katrina making egg wrap for breakfast. Katrina, do a video on an egg wrap, and if you do a video, I will definitely try it. I will make it at home. I promise. If you do a video on it, yeah,
I agree. Coffee. It was something they're hiding, but with the point, and then I'm like, why are they? There is a timing, whether it's releasing something or something that they need to get into, or they need a power source, and a power source could mean several different things. Is what I'm talking about. That they're doing it at this timing, they know what's down there for a reason to get into it.
Yeah. Frequencies, heal and harm. Yeah. Hey, stargates, all kinds of crazy. It could have been transportation, interdimensional. They could have been opening stuff. Anubis and all the afterlife, afterworld stuff with the boat. Who knows? Maybe they actually were going someplace else. But they needed. It's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, guys. All right, Katrina, you're gonna do the
I have to do that now.
Other channel.
I'm looking for it. Adriana's in the building.
What Adriana.
Up?
I appreciate you guys. I gotta wrap this up. I gotta go get my my birds put to sleep since Joshua will come back up.
Wait.
I don't give out rotten eggs. We don't have rotten eggs over here.
Thank God.
All right, guys. I appreciate all of you tremendously. Y'all are the best. Go do the things. Don't let all this nonsense consume you. Be aware, but don't let it consume you, because you should have peace. No matter what is going to come to pass, you're going to be all right. Hey, Wild Bull. Wrap it up.
That's
Appreciate you, Josh.
Absolutely. I know I enjoy chopping up with you every time we get into it.
Every time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. All right. I love all y'all. Y'all take care. Be safe.
Safe, fam. Peace.